So guys, I bought this cheap Octavia VRS ex-police car about 9 months ago, and today is unfortunately going to be the last video on it. Over the last few months I've done the exterior, I've prepped and painted the front end along with the WRC spoiler, I refurbished the brake back to the original factory colour, and I've powder coated the 18-inch OZ racing wheels. Not only that, I've stripped down the inlet system, painted it all with textured black paint, as well as refurbishing the slam panel to make the engine bay just look that bit better. I've added some nice touches, and I've also removed a few bodges on the way. So the exterior, although isn't perfect, it's a lot better. However, the interior hasn't been touched. So in today's episode, I'm going to sort the interior out, do the last final few bits, and then we're going to sell it. So this is going to be sold as a project. There's a few things I'm not happy with about the car, hence why I don't want to sell it as a complete up and runner, but I am going to try and get some MOT on it, which is what we're doing now. We're going to the test station. And also, if you stay tuned till the end, I'm also going to do a couple of little things, because this is tuned. There should be 180 horsepower. This is going to be close to about 250. So we're going to time in a 0 to 60. Now, being an ex-police car, this has got a calibrated speedo. So if I set a camera on the speedo, it should be very easy to work out the exact 0 to 60 time. So let's see if it's improved. It's 20 years old. It's done 162,000 miles. Let's see if my 250 horsepower Skoda Octavia VRS is quicker than it was originally. You're gonna have to stay to the end to watch that though. Right, let's get it through an MOT first. Now, one of the reasons I'm selling this car as a bit of an unfinished project is I've never really driven this. So I'm driving this now, a mile to the test station. Other than that, that's it. I've not driven it at all. When I bought the car, it had quite a lot of problems, engine problems, all minimal, minor stuff, but it had problems nevertheless, and I've never tested this. I don't want to sell this as a good working order car because I don't really know. It seems to be driving okay now. Engine light has just come back on, which is annoying. Luckily I've got a code reader to clear it, but yeah, it's definitely got a few minor little issues what I still need sorted, so the new owner can hopefully enjoy it, tinker with it and make it right. This is a rare car now and it deserves a bit of attention. Right, let's give it some beats. Oh, she goes well in third gear. Woo! Will it pass? I hope so. Do I think it'll pass? Probably not. Did it pass? Well, for the purposes of this video, yes it did, but it may have needed a little bit of welding first. So the heating does appear to be stuck on. I don't know why that is. Who knows? That's another job for someone else. It doesn't have aircon anymore because someone's fitted a massive intercooler. But yeah, if I'm honest, once I've cleaned this up, it's going to be a nice car for someone. I'm pretty happy with it. It drives a lot better than I was expecting. It's a lot quicker than I was expecting as well. I mean, it's not as quick as my Audi S4. I'll give it that. But that, I mean, that goes. It's really not bad. Got a lot more pull than standard. So I used to fix a lot of these kind of cars back in the day when they were brand new, and I always used to think they was a bit flat, a bit tame. But this definitely isn't flat or tame anymore. I'm trying to think what I'd compare it to. A little bit like my Nova, but nowhere near as erratic. But that kind of as bonus. I mean, wheels been in second gear doing 60 mile an hour. Yeah, you know what? I'm really liking this car. Really liking it. It's good fun. It feels very nimble, very light. So one of the issues it had when I bought it was he used to say it used to have a bit of a flat spot and sometimes it would bog down and stuff. Well, I did find a few issues. The airflow meter was piped up all badly, and didn't even have a clip on it, and it had some airflow meter fault code. So I'm pretty certain I've fixed that now. Yeah, like I say, I really can't grumble. It's a good car. chav. Right, so we're back, so let's get the interior sorted. And let's start with something really easy. As you can see, the clutch pedal cover is missing. I've got a brand new second-hand one. Let's fit it. Next job is this door card. Now, obviously, this was a police car. It's done a lot of miles. It's been well used. And you can tell this is broken, this is broken, this is cracked here. And it's just really mucky. So I've got a brand new second-hand one to put on. Let's get it fitted. These old VAG cars are an absolute delight to work on. Can't emphasise that enough. Now, modern cars, things like this are quite difficult to get off now. All the screws are hidden. On this, everything's pretty accessible. A few screws down the side, a couple of screws in the obvious places, pull the cable off, you're away. Then it's a case of doing a couple of repairs and shoving it back on. Putting the screws back in the side, putting all the little clips and trims back on, and away we go. So that's the door card done. As you can probably tell, it's actually raining now. So we're going to wrap it up and come back later. So it's a few hours later and I set to tidying this car out. Now it's absolutely full of rubbish from the previous owner. So I go through removing all that rubbish, and I also removed the badly installed boot electrics for the amplifier it obviously once had. Now what was scary, there was a live 100 amp cable running from the battery to the boot for the amp. It didn't have a fuse in it. Didn't even have a terminal on the end. It's just bare copper wire floating around and it's still connected to the battery. So how this car did not catch fire is a bloody miracle. Anyway, that's out now, onto the carpet. So as you can just see, I removed the seat first because I wanted to clean this carpet properly. So I removed the seat, then I used hot soapy water and plenty of upholstery cleaner to clean everything down, including the dash. Dash is, believe it or not, very mouldy, and because it's plastic, it comes up very well. I use a rotary brush on the drill for the stubborn areas of the carpet and just take my time. The ashtray was absolutely filthy. It was full of old coins and it had a very particular herbal smell, shall we say. So I can only assume the police once used it as an evidence box. Finally, I finished the dash off by doing the steering wheel and the clocks and the stalks, and then move on to the door card. Right, so the carpet's done on the driver's side. Next job is to tackle this seat. Now, obviously these are half level with like an off-white centre, which wasn't the best colour to choose, but that's the way they came. So my plan now is to try and clean this up and make it look as good as possible. Now, obviously there is a few rips and stuff, but I think we can make it look a bit better. So I wanted to see just how dirty this seat was. So I started by just doing half of it. I used soapy water, a good old nail brush, plenty of elbow grease and some upholstery cleaner. And you can literally see the dirt come out of this. It was very satisfying, but quite disgusting at the same time. So I do half it and then go over the whole thing with a wet vac just to remove the soap and as much water as possible. And as you can see, the results speak for themselves. I've been doing this for a couple of minutes and it already looks loads cleaner. Right, now time to crack on doing the other half. Same process, take my time, give it a good scrub, wet vac it, and away we go. So it's not perfect, but that is loads better. Right, now onto the back seat, exactly the same process, but this one's not as dirty. Right, now fast forward a few hours. So that's the interior completely done, and although it isn't perfect, it's a million times better and I'm over the moon with it. Now this was 180 horsepower as a standard car 20 years ago, and its 0 to 60 time was 7.7 seconds. So the car's now 250 horsepower, it's 20 years later. What do you think she can do? Let me know in the comments below and let's find out now. As promised, let's do a timed 0 to 60. So let's go. 60. Now you can probably tell that wheel spun a lot, so I think we can have another go, a better go. See, try and get a little bit less wheel spin. Right, let's do another 0 to 60 pull, see if we can make it a little bit better. So 60. That's pretty quick, you know. It's a lot quicker than I remember them being, because I always thought it was a little bit tame back in the day. So that goes well. Wow, I'm impressed. So that's a staggering 1.1 seconds quicker to 60. Now that might not sound a lot, but that is night and day. That's a massive difference. So I'm absolutely over the moon. And on that positive note, we're going to wrap the series up. So if you did enjoy this series, please like the video, leave a comment to let me know what you thought, and subscribe to the channel. So in the next few weeks, we're going to be doing a bit more to the 4x4 Nova. So if that kind of thing interests you, look at the top right corner now. So stay tuned for more, guys. See you later. Goodbye.